television edition. I'm Alan Preston, and for those of you who have been with us since 2001, you'll know that I've had two guide dogs before my current guide dog, Lynx. And I just thought I'd let everyone know that this is going to be Lynx's last show. Lynx is going to retire, and Leader is going to come down in just a couple of weeks to deliver a new fully trained dog for me. So Lynx, thank you, and say goodbye to our audience out there. Okay. Anyway, guys, welcome to our Cooking Without Looking show. And Annette.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Cooking Without Looking edition, Jamaican style. It's also Valentine's weekend. As you all know, I'm Annette Watkins. I just want to share with you and hope you'll bear with me today. I purchased a new laptop because I'm trying to get away from using my phone. Having a form of macular degeneration, Stargardt's disease, I need a bigger screen to see the script from the cooking show. So I got this laptop, and there's got to be a better way. I'm going to need to go to Best Buy. So bear with me, because when you enlarge the print, it doesn't form in a column. So you kind of have to go back and forth as I read it. So if you could bear with me, it's like a 36 font. So besides that, everything's good. And I just want to welcome everyone, and so excited to have the Jamaican edition, because that is such a beautiful Caribbean island. It's full of mountains and rainforests and beachline reefs and everything else going for it. It also has a lot of inclusive hotels and things in Montego Bay, and it's known for its diving as well. So we're excited to have them with us today, and we're going to have them cook. We're going to have a guest on cooking today.
And Jamaica is also famed as the birthplace of reggae music. And capital Kingston, Jamaica, is the home of Bob Marley Museum, which of course is dedicated to the famous singer.
Yes, I love reggae. That's awesome. Unfortunately, in Jamaica, as well as all over the world, there's blind and visually impaired people, but specifically in Jamaica, there's over 28,000 people that are blind, and an additional like 89,000 that are affected by low vision. That's very high.
With that in mind, I'd like to introduce you to three people from Jamaica who are totally blind, two of whom will prepare traditional Jamaican cuisine, and one, the chairman of the Jamaica Society for the Blind.
Yes, that's so true. And to add to that, as I spoke earlier, as all of you might know, or I'm sure there's new viewers as well, all of us on the show are either blind or visually impaired. I have a form of macular degeneration, which is Stargardt's disease, and just want to give you that as a reminder on the Cooking Without Looking TV show. On a happier note, we have Kerry-Ann from Jamaica, Kerry-Ann Thomas, excuse me. She's going to be preparing her Ackee and Saltfish with pressed plantains. I have no idea what Ackee or Saltfish. I'm excited to learn about this new food. Welcome, Kerry-Ann. Welcome to our show today.
Thanks for having me, Annette.
You're quite welcome. Our pleasure. Tell us a little bit about your life in Jamaica and a little bit about your blindness, if you would.
Okay. I was born with cataract. I lost my sight at a very young age. And in primary school, I used to love to read, but I would turn my book upside down. The teachers, they were concerned about that. A parent that there's a school called the Salvation Army School for the Blind and Visually Impaired, and the principal from the school had recommended them to take me to the Kingston Public Hospital, where they would get a letter to take me to the Salvation Army School. So I attended the school from the age of 8 years old until I was 18. So I would go home like on holidays and on weekends. But it was fun at the school. We would go out on trips and stuff like that. And after growing up, I became a mother yes. And that's where I had to learn how to cook for myself, because my mom, she was very protective of me from a very tender time, you know, because of my visual. But I love the kitchen. And at this point in time, nobody can get me out of the kitchen. Now, my happy place. And my business was born from that, a difference to savor. So I would bake and sell towards helping with my daughter and all of that. So it's my wonderful place to be.
Yeah, like you said, it's your happy place and you feel comfortable there. And you're going to feel so comfortable today showing our crowd about your Ackee dinner along with the saltfish. Can you tell us a little bit about that as you start preparing your wonderful dish with the pressed green plantains?
Well, Ackee is it's our main dish. And it is enjoyable with anything, because Ackee, you can have it with saltfish, you can have it with chicken back. I don't know if you guys know that. No chicken back, but we like the back part of the chicken. We would cook it.
Yeah.
What did you say, Alan?
Oh, I was just saying, when I was young, we used to make chicken backs and the wings and some of the other parts. And my mother called it Napoleon chicken because we only had the bony parts.
Okay, and some people did
Bony
prepare.
part. Oh, no.
And salt mackerel.
So do you have your own chickens there in Jamaica, or do you have to purchase them? I know a lot of people here are getting chicken coops.
Well, some persons raise their own chicken, and some persons purchase their chicken. So there are times when a couple of family members of mine would raise their own chicken. They would go and buy them from their baby and raise them. But when that is out, we go to the supermarket or the shop and would buy them and prepare them.
Excellent. Okay, well, we'll let you do your thing and prepare your dinner. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yes, I'll be preparing my sweet peppers and onion and stuff that I'll be sauteing to go in the pot with the saltfish and stuff like that. So I'll be cooking at the moment, cutting up my vegetables. But it's really nice to be on your program.
Yes, it's nice to have you.
It's
How
an
long
experience.
you've been watching our show for a while now, huh?
Yes, actually, it is one of my girlfriends who gave me the link to Renee. Yes, she told me to send her an email, and that's what I did. And you know, because she told her about me, and she told me that I'm to send her an email, and we have been corresponding from then. So I appreciate her looking out for me in that aspect.
Yes, for sure. You need those kind of friends in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
I might have missed it in the beginning, but how many people do you cook for in your home? Is it just you and your significant other, or do you have children as well?
Well, I have a daughter.
You have a daughter. Okay.
I'm living at home with my parents, really. So I cook for like maybe 5 persons, because my older sister is there also, and my daughter and my dad. Yeah, so at the moment, my mom is with one of my other sisters because she hasn't been feeling well. Yeah, so.
Okay, so tell us what you're doing there. I'm having a hard time seeing you. I apologize. What are you doing now?
I'm cutting up some garlic.
Okay, cutting up some garlic. How do you find the chopping of being blind? How do you deal with that?
Well, I'm not totally blind. I'm actually visually impaired, but my visual is not as bad. It's manageable, so I can maneuver anything that I want to do and stuff on my own without getting excessive help.
Okay. And what is the name of your condition? Do you have a name for it?
Born with cataract.
I'm sorry?
I was born with cataract.
Okay, okay. It's something different.
Yes.
Okay.
So I have cross eye.
Cross
I-
eyes?
Eye. Where when I look at you, if you look at me, you wouldn't be noticing that I'm actually looking at you. You'd think I'm looking at someone else and not at you,
Oh.
but I'm actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. I see what you're saying. So even though you're looking at the person, you're actually, it looks like you're looking somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm looking at them.
So you have to, it's good if you know people's names. That way, even though it looks like you're not looking at them, you could say their name and they'll know you're speaking to them.
Yeah, but even if I'm right in front of a person, because not everybody understands or know that I have a visual because I don't operate like that. I'm able to go around and do a lot of stuff for myself. So not many persons notice that unless they actually look in my eyes.
I see. Kerry-Ann, I understand. You go out there and people don't really realize that you have a visual impairment, and it
Yeah.
can make it tough. You're probably constantly explaining what you have to many people.
Sometimes you have to, sometimes I have to be like, have a visual, guys. And even at work, because I do data entry at work. So there are times when person will be like, Kerry, you need to do this or whatever. And I'm like, guys, remember, I have a visual, take time with me.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll be cutting up sweet pepper right now.
Sweet peppers, okay. What does the name Ackee actually mean?
Honestly, I never checked the meaning of it. But it's on a tree and it has to be open. And sorry, I didn't do one for you to see what it would look like in the buds that it comes in. But it has a black seed at the top of it. When you take it out, you have to break off the seed and then open it. And then you clean out whatever they need to be clean out of it. But it has to be open because it can be poisonous if you're not careful.
Okay.
So you can't force it open. You have to let it open naturally on its own.
Interesting.
Very interesting.
Does this only grow in Jamaica or does this grow in the other tropical islands?
Well, I know it grows here in Jamaica, but I don't think it's originally from here. Africa, please.
Kerry-Ann, as you're still preparing that, I was just curious, do you belong to any organizations in Jamaica? I know we're going to speak about one today, Jamaican Society for the Blind, but do you belong to any other ones for visually impaired people?
Not at the moment.
Okay. No, that's okay. I'm just wondering because, sometimes people belong to, multiple organizations. But do you feel you have a lot of support where you are?
Not fully, not really for the most part. I mean, like in other countries, they will have people that are there for the blind and visually impaired,
Mhm.
but it's not like that so much here in Jamaica. I really think we're really looked out for in the biggest sense of the word.
Yeah, as you're preparing, just keep, if you would, just doing some descriptive preparation directions as to what you're doing so that if people can't see you, they could hear exactly what you're doing at every moment.
With the sweet peppers, so I'm doing the onion now. I'm going to be the tomato, I'm going to be cutting it up and dicing it and to put it with the spices to go in the ackee.
Mhm. You're doing a lot of chopping over there, aren't you?
Enjoying your ackee and saltfish, it must be delicious. We use a lot when it comes to that. Flavors are very important.
Aside from the ackee, are there other vegetables that go into that too? You said garlic. Are there other things? Red peppers?
I don't have any red pepper at the moment. I couldn't get any, but I have green and yellow. And my hot pepper is green. Yes, and I use it with the seed in there because some persons like when their meal is hot and have a little pepper in there.
Very hot, yes.
You love that, Alan?
I like hot things, yes.
You like spicy, right?
Absolutely.
I do too. It doesn't bother me. I like everything hot, like coffee and spices, and it's all good.
It's supposed to be good for your digestive system, I've heard.
Yeah, it speeds up your metabolism actually, and it reduces inflammation. That's what they say.
I'm not a spicy person. I don't like my meal too peppery and hot. So I'm doing the onion at the
What is that you're peeling now?
onion.
An onion, okay.
Yes. So this is the last cutting up and we putting together the stuff in the pot.
Do your eyes tear up when you do that? I hear that if you put a carrot in your mouth, it's supposed to stop it. It doesn't work for me, but
Repeat what you said, Annette.
I said, how is it cutting the onions? Do your eyes tear up a little bit?
Oh geez, that do happen.
Yeah.
That What I was told is a method that you can put them in ice water
Oh,
and for a little bit, and then it will help with the stinginess of causing the ice to run.
right. That's a good tip. That's a good tip. We'll try that. Put them in ice water for a little bit.
Yes, so in the kitchen make you learn certain things and read up on certain things and what to do.
I hear you chopping. I hear it. The knife's hitting that onion.
Yeah.
You know, anything with onion and garlic is good, right? I mean, it just makes the dish amazing.
That is good for you.
And it's, yeah, you're right. It's very good for you.
The chopping now with my chopping board and stuff to make way for the pot.
Okay, what are you doing now? You moved. I see you walking somewhere.
Yes, I was putting away the pot, the cutting board. I'm turning on the stove now to my sauteing of the vegetables to go with the ackee and saltfish. So that's what I'll be working on right now.
Now, I have to ask you, you might have said this already, but the sound goes in and out here, but saltfish, Kerry-Ann, what kind of fish is that? Did you say sword?
Yes, and it's very salty. So you have to boil it 2 times to get some of the excessive salt out of it.
What kind of fish is it?
Codfish.
I'm sorry?
A codfish.
Codfish. Okay, thank you.
Odd, okay.
Some people like to taste the salt, but I don't. It's not really healthy for you either. It affects your pressure and stuff like that. So because I'm using my Maggi seasoning. I try my best to cut back on the salt intake of the saltfish, so I boil it twice.
That's good, because that's not good for your blood pressure, is it?
No, and I'm healthy already, so I don't need to make myself sick. So I pour in some of the oil in the pot. So I'm waiting for it to heat a little bit so I can put the seasoning that I just cut up in there.
Okay. Let me ask you a question, not food related, but we'll take some time. Do you drive, Kerry-Ann? Are you able to, or what do you use for transportation?
I take the bus or a taxi. But
Okay.
here I'm learning how to drive, and I got scared when I went on the road and saw a big truck coming by.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so
That's
but
scary.
I try again. Yes, especially because of my business, you know. I want to be able to can take around my cakes and stuff like that when things start going for me. I must tell you though, I never liked the kitchen before, but I do now.
You do now? Why is that?
Because
Why
it's
is it?
experiment. It helps me to experiment. It helped me because of Food Network. I was watching Food Network when I was living with an ex of mine, and I realized that, you know, you can put a whole lot with your food. You don't have to get tired of one thing. You can try different stuff and enjoy your meal.
Sure.
I never get tired of it. And I don't I will ever get tired of it.
Well, watching those shows is very inspirational, and they make it look easy and fun, and that's what it should be.
Yes. And so what I would do is take our Jamaican products and, you know, change it up and enjoy it. And I must tell you, it wasn't easy because some things burned, some things, all of that, but it never stopped me from trying.
Yeah, you're very brave and very persistent.
Yes, I love trying new stuff. But I prefer baking, so.
That's very inspiring to hear that, because being a visually impaired person, you know, it's hard enough to learn new things. And when you can't see well, it makes it even tougher. But you just made a great statement. You always love to try new things. And that's why you have a very positive attitude.
Yeah. It's hot when it's
Kerry-Ann, I'm a little bit curious about something. You have a gas stove, am I correct? You have a gas stove, am I correct?
You smoke?
Well, no, your stove, it heats with gas rather than electric, am I right?
Repeat that?
It's a gas stove?
Yes.
Okay, how do you tell when your oil is hot enough to fry? Without being able to see it, how can you tell your oil is hot enough?
You're on over the pot and you feel the heat.
Okay, you feel the temperature with your hand. Okay.
Yes.
I was just curious.
You just put your hand over it and you feel the heat. If you want to be sure it is very hot.
People are able to smell it when it gets to the right temperature.
No, well, I never practiced the smelling of the oil, but if you're smelling the oil for me, that means it's burning.
Ah, yes.
That's a good point. Don't mind Alan, he's a bachelor. But he's learning to cook. That's so true. I mean, if you could smell that oil, it's burning.
Probably is.
But we heard the sizzle. I heard the sizzle, the oil, and you said you feel it hot. So I guess those are two senses that you're using other than your vision.
I'm going to be putting some of my my Maggi seasoning in there while it is sauteing to give it the flavor that I want it to have. And I already clean up my saltfish for this purpose, so that, because that takes time, because you have to get rid of the bones and all of that sticks from the saltfish. So you only will have just the meat to eat.
You're making me hungry, Kerry.
And me?
You're making me hungry.
Oh, that's good.
It's Tanika.
Hi, Tia.
Hi, Renee.
I was wondering where you were.
Sorry to coming in so late. I've had a busy schedule from morning, but I
No
just had to
problem.
stop by.
We're just
But I'm here.
okay, great. Okay, we're just cooking now, so
Saltfish now. And then I'm gonna put a little liquid in there and then cover it up and allow it to simmer a little bit.
When you say liquid, you mean just water? Or is it a broth or something?
Pardon me?
Is that just water or is there something else beside water?
Water from the top.
Okay. All right.
But you don't need a lot of water because you just want it to combine together and not really burn. So that's why I put a little liquid in there. So I'm going to be covering it now and let it simmer before I put the ackee in there.
Now,
What the
can you
ackee looks
just,
like, if you can see it.
okay,
You see it,
yeah,
Alan?
I can see
Oh.
that. Oh, that looks good. Very colorful. It looks like an orangey yellow. Very good.
I don't. Pardon me?
He said it looked very good. I think so
I
too.
didn't get.
Yeah, it's all right. I go to the cook. Yeah, rough stuff. Yeah, sorry. That's little bit.
I don't want it to be mashed out.
Mm.
Okay.
They want it. Yeah. When buying ackee, you have to be careful. If you don't want it to be soft, because when you boiling it, it can mash out. You don't
Yeah.
want that. So you have to find out if it is
Okay.
or a regular hard ackee.
Okay, so you don't want it too soft.
No, because you want when you saute it and cook it down after boiling it, it still have its shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to keep its shape for sure.
Yeah.
I think I see your kitchen. I like your kitchen back there.
This is the Jamaica Society for the Blind kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's very
Alright,
big.
see here, come look if you see.
It looks very big.
Yes, it is.
That's so like them now.
Move around and
Yes.
stuff.
Mr. Broadbean.
Oh, so you tap on it?
Yeah.
Something ain't right. Somebody's got.
So Annette and Alan and everyone, this is a
Yes.
picture of it.
Oh, that is
Oh.
beautiful.
Yes.
That looks absolutely amazing. It looks very healthy too and very satisfying. Looks very hefty. I like that. You want to taste it for us and describe the flavors for us if you can.
Repeat that.
Go ahead and taste it. Kerry-Ann,
just
go
a
ahead and
picture of
taste
it,
your
though.
dish. Tell us how it tastes.
When it is finished, you get a taste from it until after it's finished.
Okay. Let us know when you're ready.
The ackee itself is just bland.
You cooking it, man?
Yes. So I'm going to be putting in the ackee in there now, and then I'll be putting in the rest of the Maggi seasoning. And I'm stirring it because I want everything to combine together. Sprinkling some of my Maggi. So I use the Maggi cube. Sometimes you can use it from the bottle.
Just so we can have be a little clearer, what gives it that yellow color? We might have missed it in the video. What gives it, it seems like a bright yellow color of the ackee. What is that in there?
The ackee.
Yeah, it looks yellow in the
Is-
pan. Looks like we put turmeric in it or something.
That is how it is. It is naturally like that.
Okay, beautiful.
Some of them is light yellow
Mm-hmm.
and some is bright yellow. Depends on what. I guess it depends on the tree that you get it from.
Right. Do they grow all year, Kerry-Ann?
No.
They don't grow
This
all
is
year.
the season.
This is the season to be jolly this winter. Of course, you don't experience winter there. What's the temperature there right now? Approximately.
I'm not sure what is the temperature right now.
It's warm, right? At least 80?
Temperature right now.
Take a guess.
I'm not sure. It's up. Let me show you what is happening here.
Oh,
Mm,
I like that.
I was trying to
That
get
looks delicious.
the pepper to go with it, but I didn't get it when I went to the market. So I had to work with what I
You work with what you have. If you don't have some ingredients, you switch them out for something else.
Yes. So I use the tomato because it is red to help give it that color, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be covering this and like allow simmer, and then I'll be doing the planting, showing you guys the planting that I'll be cutting and
Right.
pressing out when it is fried.
Yes, the pressed green plantains. Plantain, excuse me.
The temperature
Plantain.
is 27 degrees.
Celsius,
Celsius,
Yes.
yeah.
must be.
If you're in Florida, we have the same temperature as Florida.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Today's a little cooler here. It's a little cooler, but it's perfect.
Yeah, it's cooler here too
About
because it was
75.
raining earlier on.
Yeah,
Right.
we had terrible rain yesterday. Yeah, so.
Kerry, I'm hungry.
Who is that?
You guys should have been in the kitchen. Okay, here are my green plantain.
Those are big.
These are not big yet, Annette. We have bigger ones than this.
Really? That looks about, my goodness, it looks almost a foot long.
Plantains and bananas are similar, but they're different.
Hi, can you say if the broad bean has cooked already?
Yeah.
Alan, ask her the difference between a banana and a plantain.
Kerry-Ann, can you tell us what the difference is
Which
between
one
a
about
banana and a
the cooking
plantain?
glass?
Okay, thank you.
Repeat that, Alan.
Yes.
Repeat
Can
what
you-
you said.
It's between a plantain and a banana. I know they're different.
A plantain, you can't, when the green plantain persons don't really cook it. They're family, but
Okay.
plantain, you can cook it and have it with anything easily, but not with the green banana, sorry, you can cook it and have it with anything as easy as that, but not green plantain. Green plantain is for pressing out and having like that. When it is ripe though, you can cook it and eat it with anything.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be cutting it now.
Do plantains grow all year in Jamaica?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Do a lot of people, I was wondering, Kerry-Ann, do a lot of people get them and freeze them and use them when they want, or do you have to use it before you freeze it? You really can't freeze it.
Well, we don't practice to freeze it.
No, because they're available all the time.
But you can freeze them if you want, but that is not something that I do.
Right. Well, they're available all year, so you don't need to freeze it.
Yeah, and I don't have it so often, so it doesn't really matter to me if it wants to go out of season.
Right.
And you can just put it down and allow it to get ripe if you
Mhm.
want it ripe and enjoy it that way. You can even eat it like that when it is ripe, or you can put it in shake as a sweetener if you don't want to use like sugar and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well,
And I'm getting rid of the skins and stuff, and then I'll be cutting it up and prepare my pot for it.
Maybe you could boil the skins. I used to boil banana skins because they say it's very high in potassium, and then you drink the juice, but you know, that's not too great.
Well, I've never done that before.
No, not too many people have, trust me.
Okay, well, I'm finished with my ackee now.
Mhm.
Yes, I'm going to be focusing on the green plantain.
the cameraman. Person, I don't know if that was a guy or a girl. Couldn't tell.
It's
Mask,
a girl.
hats,
It's
it's
a girl.
hard to
It's
tell.
a
It's a
woman.
girl, okay.
Like
Well, with
Katie.
masks and hats, it's kind of hard to tell all the time, you know?
No, I know. It's like Katie.
And eyesight, I
She's
throw
setting
that
everything
in.
up.
Yeah.
I'm cutting my plantain. I cut them like this. You see how
Mm,
I've done before?
yes, very well.
Yes, I cut them like this, and then I'm gonna cut it them like this.
Okay.
Sideways. Okay, lengthways, yeah.
I'm gonna put them in hot oil and have the color change, and then I'll be pressing them out. But I prefer to press them out in towel instead of doing them in the skin, because I want to feel the pressure, how it thin it gets underneath the towel.
Thank you for holding them right up to the camera. That was perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, I know we're all visual impaired. We have to help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm putting in the oil in the pot now. And in my
Okay.
recipe, you see coconut oil. I didn't have any of that, so I'm using vegetable oil.
Okay, you're using, instead of coconut oil today, you're using vegetable. That's fine.
Hmm.
Oil's gonna fry them up good, no matter what you
Is a
use.
coconut a vegetable
Yeah,
or a fruit?
prefer coconut oil though.
It's interesting. I wonder, is a coconut a vegetable or a fruit?
I think it's a fruit,
A fruit, okay.
fruity fruit, yeah.
Or is it, wait a minute, it could be a nut? Is that
A
a
what?
different? A nut,
Oh,
like me, a
Well-
nut.
yeah. Coconut. I see where you get that. It is high in fat, very high in saturated fat as well. But it's supposed to be like a, not to get too technical, it's like a medium chain fat. It's supposed to be absorbed slower in your body. And, it's supposed to be good. A lot of
Okay.
people use it in diets, like a keto diet.
Okay.
That's a mini lesson. That's all I know about coconut oil. You can eat it and you can put it on your skin and your hair.
Right.
It smells good.
Yeah.
World-renowned coconut oil. Polyunsaturated.
Uh-oh, what happened to our audio? We lost everything?
Oh, no. We're just quiet.
No.
Ah, there we go.
When they start changing color, then I remove them.
What color are they now, Kerry-Ann?
Well, I would call them light, very, very light yellow.
Okay. That's after you put them in the oil?
Yeah, when you put them in the oil, they will have a little whitish yellow because they're changing the color because they're getting fried. Yeah. The
Okay.
one that's on one side, then you turn it over
Mhm.
and on the other side to get the color also. And it
Sounds
will have
good.
and how hot your oil is. But you don't want it to be fully fried at this point because you're going to be pressing them out. And
Okay.
then put a little salt and put them back in the pot and fry them crispy that time.
Okay.
And if you feel like you don't want to be in my kitchen, man.
No, I don't know. I would feel pretty awkward in there. You're too good for me. You know what you're doing with that.
Yeah.
You got to be careful though. The oil doesn't splatter. Does it ever splatter on you or anything?
In this case, no. It's because the plantain is not wet.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever you're putting anything in the pot, you have to ensure that no form of liquid is really on it because that causes, when it touches the hot oil now, that's where the splashing comes in place.
Yes.
But you don't really get that. The only way probably might get splashed at this point is like if it accidentally fell out of your hand when you're putting it in, then the oil will splash. So you have to be very.
I understand.
So I turn them now and along the other side to get some
For
of
how
the
long? How long? Usually a couple minutes or?
It's a little less than a minute because I allow my oil to get hot.
Okay.
And then when I'm ready to put them out now, then I turn down my heat because you don't want them to burn.
What is the best thing have you ever made for a friend for dinner?
That I ever made for a friend for dinner?
Yeah, what's your favorite meal that you've made for a friend or a loved one?
Well, I normally would look about like escabees, or sometimes I love to look about
Mhm.
like I love to look about escabees fish, or sometimes I steam fish. Sorry about that. I weren't able to see you guys a while ago.
That's okay. We see
Yeah, so
you.
sometimes I prepare like escabees, because my daughter loves that. And my daughter loves lasagna and stuff
Lasagna.
like those stuff for her.
Everybody loves lasagna. That's a safe one, right? That's a good one.
I'm not sure if it is safe. It all depends on, for me, it depends on the sauce that you use with it. That makes it nice. I make my own sauce.
Hmm. I agree. The sauce is everything.
Yeah, it is. So I'm taking out the plantain now and I'll be pressing them.
Okay.
And add salt to it when I finish pressing them out, and then I'll put them back in the pot. But when it comes to the kitchen, I'm very excited. I love to take challenges, and that's why I'm here with you guys now.
Yeah, you're excited and you're passionate about what you do. I love that.
Yeah, so
You're probably a type of person, you wake up in the morning, you go right in the kitchen and start cooking.
yes, and the truth is I'm not a big eater, but I love to have people eat.
Hmm.
I'm not so much a foodie,
You're not,
but
you're
I just
saying you
love
don't,
to prepare.
yeah, you like to cook for other people. You don't eat as much. Is that what you're saying?
Repeat that, Annette.
Yes. What is that thing you put on the counter? What is that? A big pot holder or something, or cloth?
Yes, the towel that I'll be using
The
to
towel?
press.
Oh, to press the plantains. So that's taking the oil out, just
I don't
drying
have
them
enough separate thing.
up. Okay.
Repeat that. Take out the silk thin, it becomes this flat. You see?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, they're nice. Yeah, they're nice and flat. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. And this
They
is
look
what
like,
it looks like. Press it out.
oh my goodness. Okay. That looks pretty thick.
So when you see them together, this is what it looks like. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Mhm. I see. One looks like a slipper and another one, who knows?
I love that. I love that expression.
Boy, we taped this show. We're in the same time zone, right? So it's about what time now? It's probably around 3:30, 3:45. And this is almost time for dinner. You're getting us very hungry here, Kerry-Ann. How long before it's ready? How long?
It won't take even 3 minutes, good. As long as they are put in the pot and fried up, then they can be served. I love when some green plantain are a bit tough. So I I don't like when they're like that because they're not easy to press, but with these, they're very soft.
Why are you pressing them in that towel? Is there a reason for doing it in the towel to get the moisture out?
Pardon me?
Are you pressing them in the towel to get the moisture out?
No, I'm pressing them in, you can press them in the skin for them to get flat, but I prefer to feel the smoothness of it, how it is feeling when it's getting thin.
Okay.
I use the towel. Actually, the skin don't allow me to feel it under my hand.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting hungry here, guys.
You're always hungry. We went to Tampa. Remember you're hungry in Tampa? We went to the, what was that? The NFB
The
conference.
NFB convention. Yes, yes.
We
I was
couldn't get
always,
enough food. We were eating candy at our table.
it was terrible. I almost went into diabetic shock that weekend. Had a
Oh,
great
that's not
time.
a good thing. That's not a good thing.
Yeah, we had a great time though, didn't we?
Yeah, it's a great society. It really met some awesome people. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing a little bit about the Jamaican.
Yes. Society for the Blind. Yeah.
Hmm?
Well, next you have coming up is Daemion. Is he going to cook for us or Dennis?
Well, it's Dennis Williams. He's going to be preparing his curry chicken breast.
Oh, all right. Yum.
Oh yeah, I've got it right here with broad beans. I'm not sure what broad beans are. I'm curious to find out.
Broad. They're not narrow, huh? They're pretty broad.
They
Beans are
must
pretty.
be.
Beans are pretty.
I'm not going to go any further with that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what broad beans are.
You know what curry is. You've had curry. Do you like the taste of curry?
I do, yes.
Yeah, me too.
It's used in a lot of Indian cooking.
Yes.
They're like fava beans. You know
Ah,
that movie?
oh yeah.
Silence of the
Silence of
Lambs?
the
They're
Lambs.
fava beans.
Lima, is that like lima beans?
No, fava.
They look like lima beans, but they're fava beans, which I guess are different.
Okay. Why is Sylvia's picture there? Oh, Sylvia, are you with us today?
No, because I use her Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Where is our fine guest, Kerry-Ann?
Yes, you
We
can
need-
see it.
There you are.
I'm about to finish up now.
I'm sure it would go a lot faster if you weren't on TV, but you having to show all the steps, you know.
I love doing that. I'm okay with it.
I went to Jamaica once on a cruise. My son was only like 10 years old, and we weren't able to get off the ship, unfortunately, but we did
Okay.
stop there.
Well, hopefully you'll be able to come next time and enjoy
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
country.
I could come over for some saltfish. Gonna knock on your door.
Back when I went to the University of Minnesota, I had a good friend that was from Mandeville, Jamaica, supposed to be up in the mountains.
Mm. Nice.
Awesome pictures, very pretty.
Mm-hmm. I wish we had some mountains here. Our biggest mountain is Mount Trashmore. That's about it.
Yeah, we have one of those up in our area too, the old garbage trash.
Yeah.
If you can't see it, you can smell it.
Oh, please.
How are we doing with the saltfish?
I finished
Yeah,
preparing already.
you're still with us. All right.
See it?
I
Ah,
can see
yes.
it. Oh, beautiful. You can go ahead and when you're ready is go ahead and plate it for us and you can hold the plate up to the camera.
Will do, will do. I'm gonna play it now then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the finished dish.
Oh, wow. See, you using the white dish is amazing. That's awesome because you can really showcase the food.
Yes.
It looks pretty. Oh my.
Smells good.
Oh, thanks for telling us. We
I
wish you
know.
could smell it. It looks absolutely wonderful, Kerry-Ann. It looks delicious. Wow. Thank you so much for doing this today and sharing your passion with us and sharing your dish with us. Thank you so much. And you guys enjoy. You enjoy eating. We're going to be very envious right now. But thank you for joining us, Kerry-Ann. Come back soon, okay?
Now we are very happy to introduce Dennis Williams, who's going to prepare his curried chicken breast with broad beans and plain rice. Welcome, Dennis. Dennis? I'm kind of curious as to what broad beans are. Let's see, what happened to us here, Renee?
Look at him and get an idea.
We're actually clearing Kerry-Ann out and we're getting Dennis in. There we go.
Okey-dokey.
Okay. All right, Dennis, we're all set for you.
Hey, Dennis, welcome.
How are you?
We're doing great here. How you doing down there in Jamaica? Nice and warm up there.
I'm doing just fine.
Good. You're going to make for us your curried chicken breast with broad beans and plain rice. Is that right?
That's right.
Tell me, what are broad beans?
Broad beans are beans that you can get from plants. And just you know, bungo or red peas. It's something similar to the red peas or the bungo peas, but the broad bean is much broader.
Okay.
You can buy either the one from the tin or you buy the pound one, whichever you please. The one in the tin is already done. The one that you would buy the pound, you would have to cook that one for yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to use one from the tin today.
Just look at him and you'll see Broadbean.
Oh, I tell you, man.
Well, Dennis, tell us a little bit about yourself and your life in Jamaica, especially the part about your journey through blindness.
Oh, well, before I tell you about a little about myself, first I would like to thank God for this institution and the members and staff, Executive Director, Mr. Conrad Harris, our Adjustment to Blindness Officer, Mrs. Sharon Wallace, the Chairman, Mr. Daemion McClean, and last but not least, our librarian, Mrs. Kamika Bradford. So now I was born in the city of Kingston at the Jubilee, in downtown Kingston, which is the capital of Jamaica, at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital. When I left there, I went home with my mom, where she was living at the time in the Kingston 11th era, an era known as Whitfield Town. From there, we left and we went to several other communities to live. And we left, went to one community where we now reside. From there, I went to a basic school there. Then I went to primary school and left primary school to secondary school. But while in secondary school, my father decided that he wanted his boy child to have a skill. Because, you know, sometimes because he didn't have the money to further my education if I didn't want to go to a university. So he makes sure that we have a skill so that it can be as a backup for us. So it was while in school I realized that I have issue with my sight. So I went to my guidance counselor. She gave me a letter to go to an health center to get it checked out. It was after I realized that I had glaucoma, which I didn't understand much about glaucoma at the time. So after school now, while going to school, my school was a shift system school. And whenever time I'm on the morning shift, after school over by 12, I went on to the workshop where I learned trade. When I'm on the evening shift, I will go early in the morning and left before school started by 12. So after finished school now, I decided going to what my father sent me to learn. So I was doing good where I was until my friend died, which I was working with. Then I went elsewhere. And there was issue. This caused me to left, so I eventually go and started my own business. I get my shop and was there working for a while, and I was doing good where I could maintain myself and my family. So it was after that now, in 2007, I realized my sight started to fade again. So I went back to the doctor. She prescribed eye drops, and I asked for an eyeglass to help me. But the eyeglass didn't offer much help. What I did, I came off the medication for a while, so it caused the sight to deteriorate rapidly. So in 2010, I lost my sight fully. So while at home, blind, you know, my wife was a bit concerned. But before I go on to that, I met her while I was sewing. She liked the way how I sew, but she didn't know who the person was sewing her clothes because it was sent to me by a staff. So one day I went to the store where she was working and take some clothes there for her. And when she went and picked the clothes, she came back and she asked the supervisor, "Where is the gentleman who take the clothes?" But she was asked, "Were you interested in the gentleman who sold the clothes or the clothes? Does the clothes fit?" And she said yes. And she said she interested in both. So she said, "Is." So right there and then we have a conversation. Then we exchange numbers. And from there on, you know what? Soon afterwards, we started dating until we went and lived with each other. And in 2006 there, right there, we got married. The union produced no time.
Quite a story, Dennis. Today, you're going to prepare your curried chicken breast with broad beans and plain rice, right? Whoops, what do we do? We lost? Froze up. We froze up for a second there.
Came on when she asked if I would go there, and I said yes. So my details were sent here, and soon after I received a phone call from Mrs. Sharon Wallace, who came to visit me at home. We have a brief chat about persons here in Jamaica who are blind. At this time, it's 30,000. Now the numbers is climbing, so it's over 28,000 now.
Really?
About 89,000 who are visually impaired. So when I was told about things what they do here, you know, that driven me to go pick and get my doctor signed up and fill out a medical form that they gave me. I received 2 medical forms here. One, which is here at Jamaica Society for the Blind, and the other is Jamaica Council for Persons with Disabilities, because they need to have records of all those who are blind and visually impaired. So after that, now we start to go places, because Jamaica is full of lots of attraction. The first place we went to is down in St. Elizabeth at YS Falls. Then we went to Aquasal Beach, that is down in Montego Bay, and the Ipswich. Then we went to Boona Pool Oasis. Then we went to so many places that we went to enjoy ourselves.
What am I supposed to do?
Then we started together here on Friday, where we
I don't know where anybody's gone.
each other to know each other better. Here at Society for the Blind, there are so many things we done here to occupy our time. We do braille. There's a computer lab here. We have our skills club, as we use bead necklaces. So
I've tried to cut them off 3 times already. At 4:30, I gotta leave. I got a commitment. One more time.
So many things that we have done here to keep our mind and time occupied.
All right, Dennis. So today we are going to try to prepare curried chicken breast with broad beans and plain rice. Is that right?
Yes, sir. So I'm going to get my for you right now.
What are you doing right now, Dennis?
Good.
What are the ingredients in it?
Here's my chicken. You see my chicken here?
I think we can see it. I can't, but I'm sure some of our audience can.
Already got it cut up already and washed with my vinegar. So now
You washed it in vinegar. Good. Okay.
So now I am going to strip my seasoning. Here is my scallion.
Asparagus. Okay. That's very good. Scallions. I'm sorry. Scallions.
Yeah. Stripping them now to get them, cleaning it up, get them washed.
So you got scallions and chicken. What else goes into this dish? What goes in there, Dennis?
Everything that I got here, a seasoning, when we're going in. Got to wash my scallion here before I cut it up. Make sure that my hands are also washed.
And I don't know.
The fingernails kept low. As a chef, you must always keep our fingernails low. So my scallion, let's cut it up now.
You're just cutting that freehand with a knife, right? Dennis, I'm a little curious. Are you totally blind or you got a little bit of eyesight left yet?
Both eyes.
Total?
Yeah, both eyes blind.
Yeah.
So
Well, how do you know you're cutting it without cutting a finger off?
Oh, it's not
I'm joking with you, but explain to the rest of our audience how you do that.
My getting my pepper, my Scotch. Oh, sorry, my getting my Scotch bonnet pepper wash. Here we use pepper a lot, so I'm going to cut up just a few pieces. I don't want to use as much. Yeah, that's it. I don't need more than just that. Here I have my 2 pieces of garlic and turmeric. So
And
once again,
okay.
cleaned up.
How long does it take to prepare this meal, Dennis? About how long?
Again,
I say, about how long does it take to prepare this meal?
just over, as soon as everything seasons up, it takes like about half an hour.
Is that just the prep and then how long to cook it?
Say that again?
I say that it takes a half an hour to prep the dinner and then how long to actually cook it?
It will take about half an hour the least to cook.
Oh, a half hour to cook, okay. And that's so the chicken is thoroughly cooked, is that right?
The curry that I'm using, curry was introduced to us in the 17th century by the Indian after slave was abolished.
Interesting.
So I'm going to the Indian curry for you. I'm cracking my garlic to get it stripped.
So Dennis, you're cutting up the garlic into the dish now?
Say that again? I didn't get the question a while ago. I'm cutting up my garlic for you.
And how do you get the skin off of the garlic? What method do you use?
Oh, I cracked it, and then I
Use your sense of touch to peel them off? You feel
once the crack come out. I'm pulling the bag with my curry.
okay.
That's it. This is our Indian curry, which we use a lot here.
I like curry.
Yeah, myself, especially when it is on pork. Do you ever have curry pork?
No.
You try that one.
Come on, Dennis, you're on international TV. Leave the pork out.
Oh, it's a part of our dish, also, man. to add my spice. I have chicken. I have jerk. And a little all-purpose here. I don't need much in it because person with high blood pressure don't want to put
It's good for high blood pressure. Yes, you're right.
This is my time.
Is it your time? I'm not real sure what your time is. I know we are kind of running tight on time here, Dennis. We'd like to get in information about the too.
The seasoning. What's the name of the season I'm using? Time, skeleton and thyme. I have here some pimento berries. I'm washing my pimento berries.
Tomato berries, is that what you said?
Wait a
Are they
second.
just called tomatoes?
Pimento.
Oh, pimento berries. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's all my season, you know. So
I
I'm going
have some of
to.
those beans in my ears.
So I'm going to rub it in season now.
Sure it is.
Yeah, just rub it in. So I'm going to cover it and let it there for a while to marinate.
Okay. How long? An hour or so? Or just a few minutes?
It won't be for long. I'm just going to get my rice. Put after the rice now. Wash my rice, put on the fire. And then as soon as the rice is on the fire, well, the chicken is going go on fire also.
Okay. And what, there we are.
So here's my pot for the rice. Make sure that my chicken here is covered up. So I'm going to do like a pound of rice here for you. Here's my cup. I need like just 2 cups of rice. That's one.
So what are you doing now, Dennis?
I'm going to wash my rice.
Still making, okay. Talk to me, Renee. I don't know where she is. I don't know. What I do know is in 8 minutes.
Yeah, I'm watching my eyes.
Well, the rest of the show is hers anyway.
I'm going to get my water in my pot now.
Thank you very much.
All I need is like 2 cups of water.
We cannot be doing this, Renee. Oh, she just edited it out. But that's the issue. No, Annette still got an interview.
So I'm on the stove now. So I'll be placing my pot on the stove. Make sure it is where I wanted. So I'm going to light my stove now. Yeah, the stove is lit. So I'm going to add my salt and some butter.
I don't know.
Alan, did you say you might have to slip away? I could take over
I
for
gotta
you.
go. Yeah. Yeah, I've got a commitment. I was not expecting this to go on for over an hour.
No
now.
worries, no worries. It's okay. I'll be here and I'll go over your lines and take over for you this time,
Just add my butter.
if that's okay with Renee.
Sure, that's fine.
I'm going to add a little salt to taste. Yeah. Wash my spoon.
You're gonna taste it for us, Dennis?
This again?
You're gonna taste it for us? Tell us how good it is.
Yes, I'm going to do that. Good. Just make sure that the salt is dissolved in it. And I make sure I use a wooden spoon because my pot is a non-stick pot. So I'm about to cover my pot now. Left the steam. Now here's my pot for my chicken. was washed before, so I'm making sure I just rinse it out before I put it on. I will make sure that my pot doesn't go on the stove wet. So I'm drying it out. Yeah. Here you go, my pot is here. Notice I place my handle on the inside. Don't want it out. In case someone is passing and my pounced on it and it ended up on the floor and someone get burned. So I'm about to light my stove now. Yep. Here's my oil. As soon as my pot gets hot, I will pour a little of the oil in it. I'm just waiting for my pot to heat it up before I put in my oil. Can you see the pot?
I see that. Is that butter in there? Is that what you have?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm about to pour some oil in the pot now.
Oh, wow. You just put the oil in. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want too much in it now.
Oh, what? You know what out there?
The moment I take up something to use, I make sure that I washed it. Because we can't see, so we don't know what is around. So we make sure that we wash our utensils and our hands quite often.
Okay.
As soon as the oil is hot, then I will add my curry chicken for you.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
It'll get it all warm and cooked from the inside out.
When we don't want, in case if you don't want to use like the beans, we can use carrots and the Irish potato. Just peel and slice it small in the chicken also. Now I can smell the pot, so I'm going to add my chicken.
You're going to add your chicken in there. Okay. What part of the chicken is that?
Curry
Are those,
chicken.
are those the thighs or the legs or what?
That's the breast.
Oh, that's the best part. Okay. That's good. So you don't have any bones.
Just a small bone. Not like the wing or the ribs. Getting some water here, put in my pot.
How many more steps? Now, do you add the rice right to the chicken or vice versa? Or do you put the chicken in with the rice?
Separately. Smells really good.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, you can smell just about every seasoning that is in it. We love to cook with garlic, pepper, onion.
Peppers, onions. It's similar to what Kerry-Ann was making before. She used onions and peppers and all that as well. But she didn't use curry.
Oh, you don't have the curry, the Ackee and Saltfish.
Yeah, that makes the dish.
We use a lot of spice there. Yeah, but we love the taste. So we use a lot of spice.
You like spicy food, Dennis?
A lot of spice. You know, when
Do you
our
like?
food tastes.
Mhm.
So just add some water to it there now. These spots that I'm using, they have rubber handles, so I don't have to use my mitten. If you notice, I'm bare-handed.
I bet everybody is smelling that in the building right now.
I'm telling you, they can't wait for it to come out.
Are you at the Jamaican Society for the Blind? Is that where you're cooking? Because Kerry-Ann said she was in a different kitchen.
Yes, we are at the Society for the Blind. We have a very nice kitchen here.
That's a nice setup there.
Yeah, very nice kitchen we have here. Was recently refurbished for us, so that we have as much space here. So I'm going to check my rice to see. All right, it's not ready for me to turn it down as yet.
What do you think, Renee? It's yummy, right?
It looks great. I can almost smell it from here. And
So let them go to the end till it's done, or you want to ask them to plate it or what?
yes, Dennis, we have to have time for Daemion. So are you done, or do you have one plated up already?
Yes, I'm going to show you my finished dish now.
Okay.
Now mine went away. Oh, crap. I'm in trouble.
Here I have in hand.
Okay, let's see it.
Dish.
Let's see, Dennis.
Yeah, my rice and my curry chicken with broad bean. So I'm going to put this in a dish now. Fresh lettuce that I got from the supermarket.
Okay.
my spoon. Trying to find my spoon. Here it is.
Annette?
Yeah.
Annette? Hey,
Yes, Renee.
how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Oh, good, good, good.
Next, we're going to do food for thought
Yep,
with
yep.
Daemion
That's right.
McClean, correct? Did I pronounce his name right?
McClean, yes, I believe so. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I'm excited.
And if
I want to try this dish, don't you? This,
Oh, I do too. You know, that's that time again. Time to, time to feed our faces. So.
we sit for
I'm
2
so
hours
glad-
looking at food. What do you want
I
to do?
know, right? I don't know if I'm falling asleep from the food or what. But anyway, if I miss anything that Alan's not saying, just jump right in, you know, about the donations and anything
No
like
problem.
that. Okay.
No,
If I
don't
have
worry
it all in here, but we'll see how it goes.
Don't worry about it.
I'm not.
You know what? Dennis, you're doing such a good job. My gosh.
Thank you so very much.
There was a discussion today we had that sometimes we had a discussion on a podcast yesterday about some people don't believe that people are blind because they look like they're doing something so well. And Dennis, you're just a pro over here. You're looking great.
I grew up with my mother and siblings, so she makes sure that all of us go into the kitchen at a very early age so that we can know how to manage ourselves when we become a man. And now we are a man, you know, we can let her sit down and we cook at times.
Well,
my wife enjoys my cooking so much. So I'm going to lettuce here.
Okay, Dennis. Oh, very nice. Well, Annette, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I saw it earlier. I don't see it on the screen right now, but it looks so colorful and it actually looked delicious. And you know what, even though people can't see or they're, you know, blind or visually impaired, presentation is so important. And I think he hit the mark with this.
It is, yeah, it's very important because you're always cooking for someone else. I mean, like,
Exactly.
I don't know about you. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful.
Yay,
Dennis.
Dennis.
Yay.
That looks fabulous. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Dennis, really thank you from the bottom of our heart for coming on our show today. Thank you so much. You did a great job and we'll see you again soon. Enjoy.
Nice
Have a
having
great
you.
weekend.
And same to you, my dear.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, come on.
Okay, well, we're moving right along now in our next segment on food for thought. And we're going to have the gentleman, we're going to have
Daemion McClean.
Daemion McClean, yeah, and he's from the Jamaican Society for the Blind. Daemion, how are you today?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm wonderful. It's a proud moment for me because
Yeah, why is that?
Society for the Blind.
Very good.
Showing the work that we do, and we are now gone international courtesy of your program.
Yes, we appreciate you being here, and we want to ask you, tell us a little bit about yourself, Daemion.
Okay, so I am Daemion McClean, as you would have already known. I am a proud father of 2 children. I work full-time with the government of Jamaica. I am the chairman of the board of directors for the Jamaica Society for the Blind. I get involved with blind cricket. I used to play for Jamaica, but I don't know if you are familiar with cricket as a sport. So I do that too. I like to play a game of dominoes. I play Scrabble, board games, card games, and the list.
Wow. Definitely keep yourself busy. Really do. That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about your eye condition. Are you totally blind or do you have some sight?
So I am, although people may think that I have some sight, that's not the case. I am totally blind. I was born with glaucoma, had some sight while growing up, but as I got older, the sight deteriorated, coupled with a few surgeries which I had to do to control the pressure in the eye. The sight. And it's one of those roads that I don't have regrets over. And I guess that shows how comfortable I am with being blind.
Yes, sir. You do seem very comfortable and you're very upbeat and positive. We all like that. You're a real inspiration for sure. What is it that you exactly do for the Jamaican Society for the Blind? You said you're involved with them. Are you the president or what is your role there?
So I am the chairman of the board of, so the Jamaica Society for the Blind is basically run by a board of directors, which is elected by the membership. It's a membership organization for blind and visually impaired persons. And it is the national organization that serves persons who are blind and visually impaired. And my colleagues at the board level have seen it fit that I chair the board. So outside of chairing the board, I extend myself to lobby for this needs of persons who are blind or visually impaired. I also try to garner resources that can be of use for the Jamaica Society for the Blind and also for persons who are blind or visually impaired. So that's largely where my focus is. In addition to, we try to focus on policy. We try to drive policy so that our policy development will not only affect how we run the organization, but it also affects the society at large so that they too can have an appreciation for persons who are blind or visually impaired.
That's so important to create awareness among everybody, the people that aren't blind. What are some of the resources that you do offer? You mentioned that you have resources.
Okay, so Dennis and Kerry-Ann would have shown you the work that we do in terms of rehabilitation or adjustment to blindness. So we run an adjustment to blindness program which seeks to assist persons who, whether you become blind during your midlife or early life, we show you rehabilitative skills that will help you to adapt to blindness and function as independently as possible. So our kitchen here would have shown you that we show people how to cook, how to handle themselves in the kitchen so that they don't have any dangers happening, anything that is a threat to them. We train them on how to navigate around the kitchen. We also do mobility training, so we teach them how to use a white cane. We do braille. We do technology training because technology is one of the planks that speaks to independence. And based on that, we train persons how to use their phones, how to use computers, how to use different braille devices because of how important these things are in terms of establishing independence.
So many good resources, and you're correct that the technology is extremely important in this day and age. Thank you so much for all that. You know, I was just curious. Now, where is this Jamaican Society for the Blind located? And if there's over like 20-something thousand people that are blind and over 89,000 are visually impaired, they're not all located there where this kitchen is. How would they get help from you if they're in other parts of Jamaica?
Okay, so I'm happy you asked that question because this, I can tell you straight off the bat that we at the board level and at the staff level, we are not comfortable to know that we are not reaching everybody that we want to reach, because our reach is not as powerful as we would like it. We have one office and it's located in Kingston, Jamaica, but we have our adjustment to blindness officer who does outreach work in other parishes in Jamaica. So if there are cases where there are dire situation and we need to reach out there to provide this assistance, we will do so. We have a few programs that we are working on to strengthen our reach, especially in the rural parts. And that's where assistance from other entities, other individuals will help, because the resources are necessary to make this reach for the 28,000 blind and the over 80,000 visually impaired persons who are out there. So yes, getting the reach that we would want, but based on the fact that we are a non-governmental organization, we have to mobilize our own funding, all of that stuff. We have to try our best to be as strategic as possible to make sure that we try and reach, especially the more serious cases.
Yes, yes, very good. Very good. Do you want to share your website with us and how people can contact you, Daemion?
Okay, so persons can really run off and look at our beautiful website. It's Jamaica Society for the Blind.org. That's www.jamaicasocietyfortheblind.org. You can go there, look at our programs and services. There's a volunteer form up there that you can complete to tell us how you can volunteer with us. There's also our donation link that's up there. And there's also our account numbers where persons can make cash donation. But we're not only up, we're grateful for cash donation because cash does move mountains, but we are also grateful for donation in kind. So where it might be different gadgets, different devices that can help somebody, a blind person who is doing school or a blind person who is at university, we welcome that kind of stuff. Whether it be clothing, shoes, that kind of stuff that will make a blind person's life easier, we welcome that kind of stuff. So persons can go to the website, take a look, complete the forms. We will respond to you for sure. There's also a Facebook page, and that's Jamaica Society for the Blind. Look for that on Facebook and you will surely find us there. And there you will be exposed to more in detail some of the programs and services that we offer, and some testimonials too of blind persons sharing how beneficial our programs have been to them.
Wow, Daemion, that was very, very well put. I'm so glad you're here today because you're going to reach a lot of people through this Zoom meeting. So we want to thank you so much. Remember to go to www.jamaicasocietyfortheblind.org and check out his website and try to form community wherever you are to get some help on your blindness or visual impairment. Thank you so much, Daemion, for joining us. Thank you, Kerry-Ann. Thank you, Dennis, for cooking your wonderful meal. Kerry-Ann, for your saltfish and plantains as well. And we'd love to have you back again another time.
And if anyone wants the recipes from today, they can go to www.cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com. If you want to donate to us, you can go to our website, again, www.wordpress.com. And at the very beginning of our, on our homepage, you can just click on the Vision World Foundation link. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of it.
And make sure you check out our podcast because Renee leads those and they're amazing. They're awesome. They have some terrific guests on there, wherever you get your podcast. And now you can get it on Alexa as well. If you just say, Alexa, play, the most recent episode of the Cooking Without Looking podcast. So from Alan and all of us, remember, go to our website at any time at cookingwithoutlooking.tv. wordpress.com, cookingwithoutlookingtv.wordpress.com, and check us out and come back and join us next month. for another edition of Cooking Without Looking TV. Thank you for joining us. We have a great Valentine weekend. Bye for
Thank
now.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.